Let's take a look a little bit on a deeper level of... Okay. The first story in Torah is Adam and Hava. You know the story? It's a pretty well-known story. Adam and Hava are in Gan Eden, and the Eibishter said to them, you can eat from all the trees, but not the Eitz Hadas. Lo yiseichal mimena, ki b'yom ha'cholcha, because the day you eat from it, you will die. When did the Eibishter say this? Friday afternoon, the 9th hour of the day, which means that Adam and Hava were a few hours old. When did they eat from the tree? In the 10th hour. An hour later, they ate from it. So the Eibishter comes to Adam and says, you ate from the tree I told you not to eat from? What does Adam say?
No, my wife made me do it.
Yeah. So the Eibishter says to Hava, what did you do? She says, the snake. So the Eibishter says, okay, because you did this, you are going to suffer. Adam is going to suffer, Chava is going to suffer, the snake is going to suffer. End of story. It's a very strange story. It's a terrible story. It's terrible. First of all, if the Eibishter speaks to someone, does it make an impression or not? The Eibishter speaks to him, makes no impression. An hour later, you can just dismiss it like, what? The Eibishter spoke at Har Sinai. There were 2 million people, and everybody chalished. Here, the Eibishter is speaking to him personally, one-on-one. Wouldn't it be funny if Adam said, are you talking to me? Yeah, there's nobody else. Yeah, I'm talking to you. So the Eibishter says to him, don't eat from the tree. An hour later, come on, something's wrong. It's not possible. Second question is, what's wrong with Adam? Even an average human being, if you're told not to do something, you wait at least a day. I mean, come on. You wait till after Shabbos. Then you can say, I forgot. But an hour later, the average person wouldn't do that. Especially, he said, there were so many trees to be busy with. He has to go right to the tree you're not supposed to eat from. And the main question about Adam is, he didn't have a Yetzer Hara. So all the Mefarshim that say, this teaches us how the Yetzer Hara works. The one thing you're not allowed to do, the Yetzer Hara dafka wants it. Yeah, that's the Yetzer Hara, but he didn't have one. He didn't have a Yetzer Hara until after he ate. So you don't have a Yetzer Hara, you don't have bad friends, except maybe the snake. You didn't have childhood traumas with you being born. Your mother didn't make you crazy. And you don't last an hour? Come on, what is this? It makes no sense. And if that's the nature of a human being right from the beginning, that's it. We have no chance. And then to make it worse, when the Eibishter asks him, what did you do? He blames her. On the first day of his existence, he's already so rotten and corrupt that he can't even admit the truth. We're not off to a good start. And she's not ashamed to say, the snake tricked me. The snake tricked you. You're a human being. The truth is, of course, Adam and Chava are the holiest people in the world. Why did Avraham want to buy the Ma'aras HaMachpelah to bury Sarah there? For the schus of being buried next to Adam and Chava. In fact, according to Kabbalah, Adam's neshama was the highest neshama ever, higher than Moshe Rabbeinu, higher than Avram Avinu, higher than David HaMelech. The only neshama greater than Adam is Mashiach. And in Teiras HaRemez, he was named Adam because it's Adam, David, Mashiach. Beginning of history, middle of history, conclusion of history. So Mashiach will be the only neshama greater than the neshama of Adam. And he can't control himself for an hour over what? A fig? It wasn't an apple. There's got to be more to the story, because the way the story sounds, it's... Now, a few more questions. The Iish that says, don't eat from the tree, the day you eat from it, you'll die. Isn't that confusing? Don't eat from it, the day you eat from it, you'll die. So I do eat from it or I don't eat from it? Someday I will eat from it? Just not today? It's confusing. And it's not good psychology. When you tell a child, don't touch that crystal, you don't say, because if you do. No, you don't. End of sentence. Another question. Adam is a few hours old. The Iish says to him, oh, if you do that, you're going to die. Death scared him? Did he care? Did he even know what death meant? To Adam, dying means you'll go back to Shamayim. So what's so terrible? The final question is, after the fact, the Iish says, because you did this, you're going to suffer, you're going to... Oh, that was not the warning. The warning was you'll die. You can't add more punishment after the fact. It's not kosher. You're not allowed. In the Eibishter's Torah it says, if you didn't warn the person of the consequences, then you can't give him those consequences. So the warning was you'll die. Now the Eibishter says, oh no, not just die. First you'll suffer, then you'll die. No. It's not Yesha. The overall question of the whole story is, why do I need to know this? Put it in the back of the Gemara someplace. Why are you telling everybody this horrible story? You sit down, you want to teach your son Torah. You say, come, we'll learn Torah. And the first thing he hears is, the best person in the world who didn't have a Yetzer Hara, had no problems, no bad friends, no disappointments, he couldn't last an hour, and he had only one mitzvah. Here we'll learn Torah, we'll learn all 613 mitzvahs. You do have a Yetzer Hara, and you do have bad friends, and you do have problems in your life, so good luck. That's a horrible story. So listen to this. Just back up a little bit. You can't rewrite the Torah. But just back up a little bit. Before Adam and Hava are created, they're neshamas, they're two souls in heaven. The Eibishter comes to their neshamas and says, I need you to go down to the lowest world and fix it. Elevate it. Be mesakin olam. It's a nasty job, but somebody's got to do it. They open their eyes, they're in Gan Eden. And the Eibishter says to them, of all the trees you can eat, but this one, no. Imagine Adam and Hava are having a conversation. Adam is confused. What's our job exactly? All the trees you can eat from means that they're all kosher. They don't need fixing. There's one tree that's not kosher, it needs fixing, but we're not allowed to eat from it. What's our job? To sit here and watch it grow? What happened to our mission? Like you say, what's our purpose? He said, maybe the whole job is to resist the temptation. And if we succeed in resisting the temptation, we'll have schar. we'll go to a higher Gan Eden, whatever. So Hava said, we didn't come here to get schar, we came here to fix something. So we need to be fixing something, changing something. Not just behave yourself. So Adam said, I have another problem. This is in the times when men used to talk to their wives. He said, I have another problem. The Eibishter says, don't eat from it, and the day you do eat from it. I'm confused. Sounds like a double message. What are you saying? Yes or no? So Hava said, it's not confusing, and it's not a double message. The Eibishter is telling us that we have a choice. Don't eat from it and live forever, or eat from it and die. And death didn't scare them. So Adam said, oh, okay. So let's not eat from it and live forever. Hava said, you mean stay married to you forever? No, that's not what he said. Hava said, the Eibishter wants us to eat from it. He's giving us the choice, but he really wants us to eat from it. Adam said, how do you know that? So she said, you remember the Eibishter said that we're going to go down to the lowest world and fix it? This is not the lowest world. We're not in the lowest world. Because here nobody dies. The lowest world is the world where people die. So he wants us to eat from it, go down to that world and fix it. So Adam said, you're not just good looking, you're pretty smart too. He said, wow, you're so right. So he ate. So first of all, before we get further into the story, death didn't happen because they ate from the Eitz Hadas. In the lowest world, death is natural. By eating from the Eitz Hadas, they volunteered to go into that world where there is death. Adam says, you're right, let's do it. Now the Eibishter comes to Adam and says, you ate from the tree I told you not to eat from. We, of course, assume he's angry and ready to kill, because that's what the Eibishter does all the time, right? He's always angry, he's always killing somebody. No? The Eibishter said to Adam, how did you know? He was so proud. Because when the Eibishter said, Na'aseh Adam, let's make a human being, who is he talking to? The Malachim. And they said, no. What good is a human being? So the Eibishter said, they're smarter than you. So when Adam ate from the Eitz Hadas, the Eibishter was like, to the Malachim, see? Don't knock it. Human beings, they're... So the Eibishter was very pleased that they ate from the tree. So he comes to Adam and he says, how did you know? What did he say? He said, I didn't know. She knew. Didn't you say it's not good for me to be alone? Because if I was alone, I wouldn't eat. So the Eibishter goes to Hava and says, how did you figure this out? So she said, the snake advised me. The same word, hisiani, can mean tricked me or advised me. It means guided me. So it can be misguided or guided. What did the snake say? You're not just going to die. You're going to become like the Eibishter and you'll know both good and evil. She said, oh, that sounds like a job. That sounds like where we should be, fixing the good, fixing the evil, making it good. So she really figured it out on her own, but she gave credit to the snake. So now the Eibishter says, perfect, wonderful. But let me tell you more about that world. There's pain in childbirth. You have to work hard to make a living. You're going to have enemies. It's a nasty little world. But if you do the right thing, you'll fix it. So now, it's a completely different story. Adam is not a wimp and a loser. Hava is not a destroyer of life and a villain. It's a whole different story. And it's the perfect story to start the Torah with. Because you're going to tell your children, let's learn Torah, and we'll be able to elevate the world and make it a godly place. And the kid will say, what? This messed up world? So you say, now wait a minute. First of all, we didn't mess up the world. It is created to be the lowest world. So it's not like we're going to fix it, we're the ones who ruined it. No. We didn't ruin anything. We are the solution, not the problem. And number two, Bubby was very smart. Bubby Hava, she was very smart. She knew how messed up this world is, and it didn't scare her. So it's the perfect story to introduce the whole idea of we are here to fix the world. It's not discouraging, it's encouraging. Sounds nice, right? But how do you know it's true? What happened the very next thing after they were thrown out of Gan Eden? What does it say in the Torah? The very next pasuk. Vayikra Adam es Shem ha'isha Hava, ki hi eim kol chai. But look what happens. She convinces him to eat from the Eitz Hadas, and he names her Hava. What does Hava mean? Eim kol chai. The mother of all life. No, she's the mother of all death. Obviously, we're missing something here. You would think he'd divorce her. No? If your spouse makes you do something so bad that you're going to die from it. Why did he name her Eim Kol Chai? Because real life is when you know why you're here. If you know what your purpose is, that's alive. If you don't know your purpose, you don't have a life. Another proof. But actually, it proves that there must be a higher version of the same story. Right? What did the Eibishter say at the end of the sixth day of creation? Vayar Elikim es kol asher osa v'hine tov ma'od. Really? Friday? Friday was a good day? It was the worst day in history. And not only was it a good day, it was very good. On Tuesday, the Eibishter said good twice. But on Friday, he said very good. That Friday was a good day. That's the day they messed up the world. Obviously, you're missing something here. So the Gemara says, Tov ma'od. Tov, Yetzer Tov. Ma'od, Yetzer Hara. That's what you were saying. There's good, but the Yetzer Hara makes the good better. It makes the good very good. So if you have only a Yetzer Tov, you would be Tov. But if you also have a Yetzer Hara, and you do the right thing, then you are very Tov. If you enjoyed this conversation or this topic, and you're looking for more information, or you want to hear it again from another angle, there is a way to do that. And that is in this book. It's all there. Order it from Amazon. You can read it, reread it, and share it. I want to invite you to join us as VIPs, partners in our work, and join us also for a personal chat with other members of the VIP club. We talk about many things. There's an opportunity to ask, to respond, to make a comment, to meet the other supporters. And together we can really make a difference in Jewish life and in life in general. So join us. It's goodtoknow.org. Log in, call, make contact, and join us with the VIPs.